Hi everyone, I'm JD. Welcome back to my channel. So I've got a journal with me video here, and I wanted to highlight these beautiful items from In Love Art Shop. That stamp, the vintage frame stamp, and those envelopes, those vintage envelopes, and some of these stickers. I got 3 packs of stickers from them. Some gold ones, some black ones, and some of these pressed flower stickers as well. And then I have a bunch of things next to me on the other side that I pulled out from my stash, just things I thought I might want to use. This is the pile that I narrowed down from, and I thought I would use an Alice in Wonderland book page from a vintage book that I found, and this is the page I chose, The Garden of Live Flowers, because that was my favourite scene in the movie Alice in Wonderland when I was a kid. And this is the envelope I chose to use with the white rabbit, and that's how the page kind of came together in my mind. It became an Alice in Wonderland page with the white rabbit and the book pages. And yeah, so I decided that I would work chronologically in this journal from start to finish. I've never tried it before, and I thought I'd give it a go for this first time just to see if I like it or not, because so far I've done random and I haven't quite liked it much, but I'm very organised, I'm very methodical and structured and like order. So I'm this time I'm working with my nature, embracing my nature, and just seeing if this chronological way from start to finish is going to resonate with me more than doing random. And now I already did work out how I was going to do this page spread during a live. It's not a replay, it was just a very long chatty live, but Heather and Brittany, I'm crediting those two, they helped me decide the layout for this page spread. So thank you Heather, thank you Brittany, big shout out to you guys. So for example, they helped me work out to put these stickers in the left upper hand corner to balance out the red sticker that I'll put in the bottom right hand corner. And the pansies I chose because I remember pansies in the Garden of Talking Flowers. And then I know this is an envelope and I wanted to use it as an envelope, but it just worked with the page spread having it as a pocket. And I pulled out this journal card that says remember these days, and I thought that was fitting for this page spread because the story I'm trying to tell on this page is remembering childhood, remembering the things that captured your imagination, and keeping those things alive for the rest of your life into adulthood and everything. So yeah, I just really liked, like Alice in Wonderland was never my favorite story or anything, but I really liked it and appreciated it for the creativity, the imagination, and the wordplay especially. My cat Keanu came to say hello. It's so funny, he jumped on top of my filming frame and you'll see his paw in a second. He's swatting the ink. Look at him. He's sitting on top of the frame and dangling his paw down. It's so cute. Anyway, so I'm inking up this vintage frame stamp that I got from In Love Art Shop, and I thought I'd put it here just to kind of lift this image and give it some layers, some depth. And it really, I loved it, and it enhanced this page, and I really was glad to have kind of got out of my comfort zone and did that. See, look at that, it just lifts it and gives it that vintage feel. And yeah, I'll link below In Love Art Shop, their website, and a code for 15% off if you're interested in any of these stickers, envelopes, or the frame stamp too. I put this red rose flower here because it reminds me of the talking rose. She was like the mother rose or something, I'm not sure, but that's what I thought of her as. And I got that tag that I put down there. It's got this beautiful coffee dyed pattern on it that kind of reminds me of the Alice in Wonderland houses and royalty, and so just put that flourishing tag there, or flourish tag with a flourish. So I made a little secret spot for it because it reminds me of the key, like she had to find keys and all the food that she had to eat, and the drinks that she grew big and shrunk small, and just lots of fun surprises in the story. So I wanted to put that tag there as a little surprise, and that would be my journaling space too, as well as the journal card on the other page. So I used double-sided tape to create the pocket, and then I'm just gluing that down or sticking that down, and then I'm adding the butterfly sticker, the gold butterfly sticker, because it reminds me of the bread and butterfly, and it just reminds me of the word play, the rocking horse fly and the bread and butterfly, and those little fun, whimsical, imaginative, creative things. That's something I really appreciate from Alice in Wonderland, and that's what I wanted to capture in this page spread about keeping that whimsical, imaginative, creative spirit alive. So then I pulled out some label stickers. So I thought the page needed a bit more. Well, it had some gaps basically, and I thought I'd add a few more little spaces for writing and just pull it together. And these ones worked really, really well. I pulled out some other ones, but didn't end up using those ones. These stickers are from eBay, by the way. So I just Googled, searched in eBay vintage label stickers and scrolled down, and eventually I found them. So I think there's a whole bunch of them, but I just choose the cheapest at the time. And then, so one of them is blue with a feather quill and the handwriting. So I thought that tied in perfectly with this because, it's a book page, it's a story, and how I want to write. I want to write as well and write books that are creative and fun, and just the stickers here I chose with the mushroom because it reminds me of that caterpillar on the mushroom when he's like, "Who are you?" I love it. More wordplay, and the rabbit, of course, because it ties in with the white rabbit, and it was the white rabbit that led Alice into this magical land in the first place. So I was glad to represent the white rabbit twice. So now I've got this sticker here that I'm just playing around with placement. I thought there was a gap there, but I ended up not putting anything there just because, just to let the page breathe a bit, first of all, but also I like that Edith Holden writing anyway, as script writing. So it represents, books and stories and writing in itself. And it's really pretty anyway. The brown writing fits in with a vintage page. We're going for a vintage themed page here, lots of brown tones, lots of neutrals. So then I'm trying to think maybe I could decorate the back of the journal card, just for a bit of extra pizzazz. And then I ended up going for the little red flower sticker. And I thought that worked really well again because there's now a label sticker to represent everything: the caterpillar, the rabbit, the talking flowers, writing, and then I did have one plain sticker just on the other side of the page for the date. So I wrote the date in that one. Okay, so I think I end up going in and doing my writing, my journaling in those journal spaces. So here I just write Alice in Wonderland, just like a little caption or title piece. Down there I write the date and the day. And then what do I do next? So I pull out one of the tags, I think. Yeah, the tag. And what I realized was I thought I'd write on the back of it, but I thought I'd decorate the back with these stickers, and then I can just write on the front with that beautiful flourish pattern or design. I ended up overlapping these labels because that way I could fit them both in the page spread. And I like it. I like how it turned out in the end. And I'm not sure if I write it now or later, but I do write "Who are you" on the mushroom one, and on the bunny one I write bread and butterfly and rocking horse fly. So yeah, I do that later. Now I'm writing about Alice in Wonderland and how I used to watch the movie, the Disney movie, as a kid over and over again. We had it on videotape, and it was one of those tapes that just kept on playing. Like, you didn't have to rewind it. It just kept on going. So as a kid, I would just sit there and watch it again over and over and over again. And again, that's what I loved about it. It wasn't my favorite movie. It's never been my favorite book or story or movie, but I just always loved the imaginative world, the whimsical, magical, creative, fun world where you could have talking flowers and where you could have food that makes you grow bigger or smaller. Like, I just loved all of that. So then on this tag, what did I write? I think I wrote about my appreciation for writing, how Alice in Wonderland allows me to appreciate the wonder of writing and wordplay especially, and how we can use words and stories and storytelling to capture the imagination and to spread that with other people. And I love just going a bit deeper with things. And each page spread in this particular journal, I would like to highlight things that inspire me or get me thinking deeply about something, and that each page spread will tell a story about it. So each element, every embellishment on it will work towards telling that story. So yeah, I really love this page spread and how it came together. My second one. I'll have to do a video on the first page spread actually, and the order of this might come out completely out of order, but I'm going to also do an intro video to this journal now that I know how I'm going to use it, and just share my plans for it and my box of things that I want to use, my drawer of things I want to use in this journal. So I just had some writing space over here just to highlight the key point of this page spread. Never lose your wonder and imagination, and some keywords: dream and create. Because in the end it was a dream world that Alice entered, and I think that highlights for me, like, value your dreams, and dreams have importance, and they're fun and they're clever and they're creative, and listen to your dreams. And it's just fun. I decorated it with some stars and also a crescent moon, because stars remind me of creativity and imagination. The sky's the limit, possibilities, and the moon just reminds me of that too, but also the Cheshire Cat. So I wanted to represent the Cheshire Cat. So now I'm just writing, who are you? And the bread and butterfly and the rocking horsefly. And then I wanted to add one more element that reminds me of Alice in Wonderland, a very important element, or two elements actually captured in this. So I would grab a little paper clip and a bulb pin, and I'll grab a key. I just have a selection of little keys here, and I want to choose one that represents Alice in Wonderland. You know how she has to get the key to go into the garden, and I just love that scene with the glass table. And I chose this key because it has a heart on the end of it, on the part where you put it into the door. And that reminds me of the Queen of Hearts, another significant part of Alice in Wonderland. So that tells a story, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.